Episode 22 brings you guys all the stuff you're not going to miss. Trust me. As special guest, Isaiah Floyd joins the show to continue this great Team Harden series. It's a great one. After the first topic. Well, what are the topics for this episode? I'm going to let you guys give an entire award preview for the big time award show coming up tonight. I'm going to let you guys go with Rookie of the Year. You're going to know about Defensive Player of the Year, Most Improved, Coach of the Year, everything. Defensive Player of the Year, oh, it's everything. And, of course, MVP. Who I'm winning it, only one way to find out. Don't forget to miss. And then I'm going to close it out with SchuZ Zone, fan favorite time. 3 topics. I'm going to hit it up. Let you guys know my take on it. Let you guys get more attention to that. That being said, everyone, just want to give a quick shout out. Good work to everyone in Section 7. Big time thing. Happy to watch a lot of you guys and keep working. Congrats on the offers for if you guys are listening. If you guys got offers in the big time games. But let's get right into it, folks. SchuZ Views, episode 22 is on its way. What's going on, everyone? I hope that everyone is ready to have another great episode of SchuZ Views, and you're ready to hear my view on who's going to win the NBA awards that are going to be announced tonight. With that being said, I cannot wait to let you guys know who I think is going to win MVP, Rookie of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, Coach of the Year, Sixth Man, Most Improved, and so much more. That being said, though, folks, I'm your host, SchuZ, Schumaker, and I'm here at my home in Gilbert, Arizona, and I cannot wait to get into today's topics. But midway through the episode, you're not going to miss with the special guest Isaiah Floyd has to say as he continues his Team Harden series as a 4th episode. It's another great one that you cannot miss. But before we get into that, let's get into one more thing. I want to talk about who's going to win Rookie of the Year. Oh boy. As a first off, before I talk about who's going to win Rookie of the Year, I just want to say what an incredible draft, and was that one crazy. I'm going to get into some of the draft recap stuff in a later episode that you guys are not going to miss coming on Wednesday and Friday. Just stay tuned for that. But tonight, there will be an NBA awards announced, and I cannot wait to get into that. So, I'm going to save MVP for last because, best for last. But Rookie of the Year is a big-time award, and this year there actually is a debate. But I'm going to make a bold statement right now. I don't think there should be a debate. I think it's pretty much clear-cut. Not really sure how anyone's rating anything else. But before I get into that, let me just tell you guys some interesting facts about the Rookie of the Year awards. Ben Simmons. He's the 5th player to ever win Rookie of the year after winning it not being the year drafted. Jerry Lucas, Larry Bird, David Robinson, and Blake Griffin are the only ones to do that. Now, Malcolm Brogdon was he's the only rookie ever to win Rookie of the Year while being selected in the 2nd round in the common draft era. Since 1983 and 84, there's only been 5 guys that have won the Rookie of the Year unanimously. That's Karl-Anthony Towns, Damian Lillard, Blake Griffin, David Robinson, and Ralph Sampson. And Luka is seeking to become the second European to win the award. That being said, I think that's the thing right there. Luka will become the second European ever to win. Listen, I have mad respect for Trae Young. Y'all know that. I love me some Trae Young. I truly do. Trae Young is a spectacular young talent, something phenomenal and special out there on land. I cannot wait to see what he does with the new pieces. That being said, though, Luka Doncic is the clear-cut and Rookie of the Year. Yes, there's also the top 3 guys. Of course, Luka and Trae Young is a 2-man battle, and then you got DeAndre Ayton just floating back there. Obviously, the all-rookie first team was Luka Doncic, Trae Young, Jaren Jackson Jr., Marvin, and DeAndre. Only other time ever had the top 5 picks on all-rookie was the legendary MJ draft. That being said, let's get back into this. Luka Doncic had a year that all around was great. Yes, I realize he didn't play as many games. He started slowing down. He was resting, was hurt, if you want to call it that, whatever. Trae Young was spectacular, especially the second half of the year. But you got to look at the whole part of the year. You can't just look at one thing. No. It's about the entire season. The beginning, the middle, and the end are all just as important in terms of every win matters to get to the playoffs. None of the other team did that, but I'm just saying that's the facts. Plus, you want to look at numbers? Luka Doncic, 21.2 points per game. 6 assists. 7.8 rebounds, 1.1 steals. All right, let's compare that to Trae Young. Trae Young with 19.1, 8.1 assists, 3.7 rebounds. Yeah, it's debatable. A couple more assists. Not even close to the amount of rebounds, though. And Luka still has more points. Now, I know this is always said, any other year, the second place player would probably win that award. I don't know if that's true. I don't like saying that because it's not always true. I mean, honestly, really, would that be the case? I don't think so. I mean, would Donovan Mitchell or Ben Simmons either one even win Rookie of the Year this year? No. I'm putting Luka and Trae Young in front of them, and for all I know, DeAndre might be competing with them as well. That being said, let's get into the percentages. Luka Doncic shot 42.7% as opposed to Trae Young's 41.8%. From three, you might think Trae Young is a better three-point shooter. That is incorrect. By 0.3%, Luka Doncic is the lead, 32.7% to 32.4%. Now, once again, Luka played 72 games as opposed to Trae Young's 81, so you had a 9-game difference there. Now, Trae Young had 30 double-doubles and 1 triple-double. Luka Doncic had 24 double-doubles and 8 triple-doubles, the most by a rookie and the most by a team. That's just phenomenal. Luka's been spectacular. Luka's one of those guys that we know you can build a franchise around. Luka is so special. I mean, Luka Doncic is something that we're going to be seeing leading the NBA for so many years. We all might have forgot about him right now, not fresh in your mind because of the playoffs, he wasn't in there, but he is special. And if Porzingis can come back to any level of what he was before, and there's no more off-the-court issues, something special is being brewed over there. Just talk about it. DeAndre Ayton also had 16.3 points per game, 1.8 assists, 10.3 rebounds. He shot 58.5% in 39 double-doubles. He's a big-time big man. We know that. This draft class, in my opinion, might just be the best one ever. And I'm going to get into that. Once the offseason kind of cools down a little bit, end of July, end of the Strive for Greatness Blue Chip Series, going into August, I'm going to do draft recasts for this year, with the past draft. I'm going to do one with a couple of the past 2 or 3 drafts. I'm going to go hit it up for you guys. But this year's draft class is something special, and Luka Doncic is the Rookie of the Year. I love Trae Young once again, but he's not Rookie of the Year. Luka Doncic of the Dallas Mavericks will win Rookie of the Year tonight. It is big time. Big props to Luka. Big props to always rookies. But once again, Luka Doncic is Rookie of the Year, folks. I know y'all are enjoying the Team Harden series, and so am I. Coming up next, though, one of the other top players, Isaiah Floyd. Oh boy, it's gonna be another great one. You're not going to miss it. Coming up right next, you're going to hear what he has to say about so many topics varying from the NBA offseason, about him and Team Harden, him and his workouts, him and so much different stuff. Oh, it's going to be a great one. Stay tuned. Coming up next, folks. Couldn't be more excited than to welcome one of Team Harden's best and Isaiah Floyd to the show as a third episode of the Team Harden series. How are you doing today?
Good, how are you?
Pretty good. Let's start off with the first topic then about Team Harden. Why did you originally choose to go play for Team Harden?
Because I knew, the incoming players that were coming in were great, and, we all going to push each other, to our limits.
Mm-hmm.
And then that was going to end up pushing us to be some of the biggest teams in the gauntlet this year. So
that's awesome. I mean, that's something, too, about the Adidas Gauntlet. I mean, that's something that you get to play in front of college scouts and different people nonstop at all different kinds of levels.
Yeah.
So what would you say would be some of your best memories so far from the season?
Definitely beating Dream Vision.
Mm-hmm.
And just bonding with the guys. We've had some funny moments, so that's been cool.
That's awesome. So, I mean, I know that's something that a lot of people have talked about already. I mean, Dream Vision's game was something that you guys obviously went in as, underdogs and all, but came out being, obviously, a big-time upset, which was awesome to see.
Fun game.
Mm-hmm, no doubt. So let's talk about some of your teammates. What are the impacts they have on you, and how do they play?
Trent, he's just a dog. On defense, he's a hound.
Mm-hmm.
So he just makes everybody pick their intensity up on defense, and then he could score the ball like any other scorer. Jalen, incredible scorer. He could put the ball in the hole. He makes great plays.
Mm-hmm.
He's just a great all-around player. X, he really don't miss. He's one of the best sharpshooters in Arizona, or maybe in the nation even. So he just makes the game easier to attack, get to the rim, because they can't help.
No doubt.
So it makes it a lot easier, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then obviously at Jang, he went to NAU. What were your thoughts on that, and do you think that was the best place for him to go?
Yeah. He'll have time to develop, and he'll probably get on the court faster.
Mm-hmm. No doubt.
But he also made the game a lot easier this year.
Mm-hmm.
He's really a hound. He's really underrated. In 2019,
no
I think he could have went to a high major and did damage. But
no doubt.
NAU's a great fit for him right now.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's something, especially people that don't understand, unless you guys really watch you guys a lot. I mean, he's someone that he plays and you can just tell he brings so much energy and passion to the game and the court no matter what.
Yeah, he makes the game a lot easier.
Mm-hmm. So for Coach Polk, how has he helped you develop and develop you on and off the court?
Well, just like Trent said, he puts confidence in kids
Mm-hmm.
that 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 he believes and can do work. So he just put confidence in me and told me like I was one of the most underrated guards in the country, and just to prove everybody that that's true. So that's what I've been trying to do.
Mm-hmm, no doubt. I mean, I know a lot of people knew you, like knew your name, especially in state. But I mean, I think
Yeah,
since you guys went to Team Harden, since you've been in Team Harden this past season, I mean, surely your name's been taken to another level where people, honestly, you going on the court, people know who you are and they truly respect your game.
yeah.
So what was it like knowing James Harden, having him be kind of around you?
I actually only met James one time, but
Mm-hmm.
he's really cool. He's
Mm-hmm.
he helps you out. Like we was working out and he was just giving me like little pointers. And then when we play, he makes the game easier too.
Mm-hmm.
You really don't have to do much.
Yeah, no doubt. So overall, talking about some college offers, what would you say would be your dream offer ever to get?
My dream offer, my dream offer would probably be like USC, UCLA, like any high major California school because I just love California. That's my home city.
Okay, that's awesome. Have there been any colleges talking to you or reaching out to you recently?
Yeah, New Mexico interested, Tennessee Tech's interested, San Jose, and just a few other mid-major D1s. Just been seeing how I'm doing.
That's good. I mean, I think
Yeah,
that's something. I mean, like I said, I mean, especially this past few months. I mean, people really you started to grow a lot in terms of getting interest and all that. I mean, I think
yeah,
more like, as the next season goes through and you senior year. I mean, I think this you're probably one of those guys that end up pulling a lot of offers later, and you end up getting to
yeah,
go to a lot bigger college.
yeah.
Mm. Let's talk about like your typical day. So, what does it mostly look like when you're planning out your day and how you work out and playing for basketball?
So like last week is when I really started like my training.
Mm-hmm.
So like 12:30, that's our first workout. We really like just do conditioning and weights, and that's with like my overseas big brother Isaiah Jones, and then my little brother, and then I go to Compass Open Runs, hoop with them, get some shots up with them, train with them a little bit, and then probably just go to the gym around like 9, get
Okay,
some shots up for like 2 hours, and then that's probably the end of my day with the
gotcha.
basketball.
Mm-hmm. So talk, I mean, also about the Compass Open runs. I mean, that's something that's really been pretty popular this summer. It's been a thing. I think it's been a great thing, especially for everyone, because so many different levels of talent there. They truly can
Yeah,
push you.
yeah. It's a lot of high level talent in there. You can't
Mm-hmm.
come in there. You can't come in there and like play nonchalant. You got to play, or you gonna get dogged. It's bad because ball's life in there too. You're gonna get embarrassed.
Mm-hmm.
So
Uh-huh. I mean, you can see all those kind of crazy dunks and all, but I mean, it's not just highlights, obviously. If you truly watch the whole thing, I mean, it's more than just the dunk plays. I mean, there's so much high intensity and trying to play through that and different college guys, high school guys, all that.
yeah, it's great. It's a great atmosphere.
No doubt. So what's one part of your game you've really been working on this past off season with AAU?
Just getting my shot consistent,
Mm-hmm.
getting deeper in my range, and yeah, that's really it.
Gotcha. Is there one thing you could truly think if you could add this skill to your game, it'd take you to a whole nother level?
My consistent jumper, and then just like being able to pull off the dribble consistently too.
Mm-hmm. No doubt.
Feel like I wouldn't like nobody really would be able to guard me.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's definitely because you definitely have like the athleticism piece, as a lot of people have now seen, like I said. I mean, you're able to get to the rim, you're explosive, and you're able to jump with the best of them. I mean, if you keep adding on like you have, it's going to be scary.
Yeah,
So, who would you say is someone that you model your game after? It's rather a high school, or college, or a pro player?
kind of like a Westbrook type of player. I could get
Mm-hmm.
to the rim. I could shoot it a little bit. I could pass the ball at a high level, rebound at a high level.
Mm-hmm.
So,
No
so I
doubt.
say Westbrook.
Mm-hmm. So, what would you say out of all your highlight plays you've had in your career so far? What would you say would be your favorite play that you truly, when you think of like your best play, that's the one that comes to your mind?
Probably my sophomore year, AAU. We played like the New York Knicks,
Mm-hmm.
and I just came. I just came down the middle and just dunked on some 6'8" dude, and that was my first body.
Okay.
So I remember that from last year.
That's awesome. So out of one high school player in all the nation, who would it be that you'd really want to team up with?
Probably my day one, Dalen
Mm-hmm.
Terry. Yeah, that's my guy. So probably Dalen.
Yeah, he's definitely a guy that can get pretty much anyone open. I mean, he led the nation assist, so he can make anyone
Yeah,
better.
yeah, he's great.
And is there one college guy you really want to team up with?
Ooh, nah, I ain't got no college dude.
Would you ever want to team up with Westbrook, or is there someone else you'd rather team up with in the NBA?
Westbrook, yeah, I'd rather team up with him
Yeah, that'd be
just to
fun.
pick his brain.
I mean, that's something I know. Like, I talk about a lot. I mean, people hate on Westbrook for reasons that really are irrelevant in terms of how great he truly is. I mean, he's
Yeah,
someone that Thunder are not making it to where they make it without him. I mean, he truly is. I mean,
yeah.
no one can do what he does.
If you watch him play, he just knows the game at a whole different level than some players. So,
hmm No doubt. I mean, and just the fact that he plays with so much energy, you can't really replace that. I don't know how he doesn't earn everyone's respect just with how much passion he plays with.
yeah.
hmm So, in terms of the most underrated players in the state, who would you say are some, in your opinion?
Isaiah Floyd is definitely an underrated player. That's my
hmm
little brother. Um, if you've seen him play, you know why I'm saying he's underrated.
hmm
He averages 20 on the gauntlet right now. He does it all.
No doubt.
Um, Flo's definitely an underrated player too. He's like one of the top shooters in 2020.
hmm
I've seen him get hot and not miss.
So, who would you say, in terms of mentors on and off the court, who would you say would be your biggest mentor?
Probably my dad and then Isaiah Jones.
hmm That's awesome. What do they do to help you grow and as a person and as a basketball player?
They just put confidence in me. Always tell me I got to play with a dog mentality and a chip on my shoulder when I get on the court because I'm slept on.
hmm
So
Absolutely. Let's talk a bit about the NBA then. Who would you say would be your favorite NBA team?
Golden State, just because, like, if you watch them play their basketball, it's beautiful. Like the way they move the ball.
Absolutely. I mean, they're definitely like the modern day San Antonio Spurs, just added on to more 3-point shooting.
Yeah, and some more scores, more skill.
No doubt. So, who would you say would be your favorite NBA player?
Probably Kobe.
hmm
It's always been my favorite player since I was little, and then his mentality is just crazy. So.
I mean, that's something that people still, I think forever, people are always going to rely on and say the Kobe mentality, because that's just something that can take someone from a whole other stage. It's not necessarily a skill, it's more just, it separates you just in terms of how you can finish a game and how you play and how you work out and train.
Yeah.
So out of this draft past draft, who do you think is going to be 5 of the top players?
Cam Reddish is definitely, I say he's number one. I think he's going to do the most damage.
Okay.
Definitely Zion. R.J. Barrett's going to do his thing. John Morant's going to do his thing. And I think Darius, I feel like he's going to go crazy in the league.
No doubt. I mean, that's definitely something, too. I mean, in terms of the draft, I mean, the draft was definitely crazy when you have guys slipping like Bobo and all, but it's really going to be, I mean, it really
Yeah.
depends. I mean, I don't think it's going to be as stacked as last year's draft was with Marvin and DeAndre and Luka and all, but,
Yeah.
I mean, we'll see definitely how it pans out.
Yeah, it should be something special. We'll see.
What were your thoughts on that? Do you think who's going to be the greatest guy that kind of slipped down, or?
Either Cam Reddish or Bobo, because I honestly forgot about him.
I know, it's so crazy.
Thinking about that right now, that's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy.
I don't know. I mean, I still can't believe no one even took him as like a gamble at like early or late in the first round or early second round. I mean, I don't know how he fell to 44, but we'll see.
Because you put some weight on him, it's bad. It's real bad.
I know, and especially for you're supposed to be a top 5 pick. I mean, I don't know how he slid.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel bad for him too, having to wait in the green room that long, but.
Right, that's crazy.
So, in your opinion, where do you think Kevin Durant will be signing this free agency?
I think he's gonna go back to Golden State just to prove, just because what happened this year. I mean, they all got hurt. I mean, so I think he's gonna go back.
It's definitely been interesting to see how he recovers and all. I mean, I doubt he'll be able to play this next year, but hopefully he gets back soon.
Yeah, me too.
And how about Kawhi? Do you think he's staying in Toronto or is he going to leave?
I think Kawhi might just stay in Toronto. Just just to build their legacy, see what he does next year.
Yeah. I mean,
But I definitely don't think they're winning again. I don't think they're going to win
I
again.
don't either. I mean, I mean, they'd have to take a massive upgrade to get another point guard, I think, other than Lowry, because I mean,
Yeah.
everyone's getting more people are getting more people are gonna be switching teams and all that. But, I mean, we'll definitely have to see though too. I mean, when you think about like Toronto, would be a great place for him, but I mean, if he goes to LA, I mean, it's California.
Yeah, right.
I mean, it's a little bit different. It's better living, but we'll see. And then
Yeah.
how about the final one? Where do you think Kyrie will be going?
Kyrie, I think Kyrie might actually go to the Lakers. I'm not going to lie to
Hmm.
you. I think he might do it.
Yeah, I mean, Kyrie's one of those guys that honestly he switches up almost every week as a new team, but it'll be interesting to see where he goes. Because I mean, as much as he brings other stuff along with him, locker room stuff, he's obviously still a
Yeah.
top point guard and a top player in the NBA.
Yeah.
So the final thing I want to talk about then is how do you think God's helped you the most in your basketball career so far?
He's helped me get through a lot of difficult
Hmm.
situations and just knowing that he's there, like he knows my journey, so I don't have to worry about anything. I just got to keep grinding and trust the process.
Hmm. No doubt. I mean, no matter what, he's always there to help guide, and he knows the right path for everyone.
Yeah.
Well, it's been great having you on here today, bro, and I can't wait to see how your senior year goes. No
Appreciate
problem.
it.
I already told you guys, building a team, I need my superstar, I need my rim protector, and I need my sixth man. Sixth man is one of the most important things to me, so who's winning sixth man of the year? It might be a little obvious, but stay tuned, because I got some bold takes to say about that and what's going to go down between the other two guys. Coming up next, who I have winning sixth man of the year. So before I get into the guys, let me just talk about this real quick. There's the top three guys. You got Lou Williams and Montrezl Harrell, the LA Clippers, and Domantas Sabonis, the Indiana Pacers. Now, before I talk about who's going to win, what's going down there, let me tell you something. Here's some fun facts for the sixth man of the year. Jamal Crawford is the only player to win 3 times in the sixth man of the year, which Lou Williams can now do. If he wins it tonight, he will get that. Lou Williams and Jamal Crawford are also the only 2 players to win sixth man of the year on multiple teams. Kevin McHale and Detlef Schrempf are also the only 2 players ever to win sixth man in back-to-back years. That is also could be done now by Lou Williams as he's on the verge of potentially winning back-to-back sixth man of the year. Now, guard has now won sixth man of the year 7 years in a row and 11 in the last 12, basically showing guards are the most dominant guys off the bench. Not saying big men can't do it or forwards. It's the guards guy off the bench. Those are the kind of guys that get hot real quickly. Bill Walton and James Harden are the only 2 players ever to win sixth man of the year and go on to win MVP. And the Clippers have had 3 of the last 5 sixth men of the year. And, of course, they have 2 players, 2 of the 3 guys in the running. So, therefore, they could potentially make it to 4 out of the last 6 guys to win sixth man of the year. Now, let's get into this. To win sixth man of the year, you must start more games than you come off the bench. So, obviously, those 2 guys are the guys that qualify. Right? Obvious. All right. So, let's talk about this. Number 1. This is bogus. Actually, bogus. No disrespect. Sabonis was incredible this year. Good season, good season. But why was he here? I really don't know. I don't understand how he was the 3rd man. How does Spencer Dinwiddie not do it? Dinwiddie, in my opinion, should be 2nd place. And let me just compare these numbers. Dinwiddie to Domantas Sabonis. And you might think Dinwiddie has an injury. Yes. Sabonis only plays 6 more games than him. If that really is going to be the altering decision, that's ridiculous. When Dinwiddie had 16.8 as opposed to 14.1. 4.6 assists as opposed to 2.9. Yes, Sabonis had 9.3 as opposed to Dinwiddie's 2.4. The shooting, yes, Sabonis is way more, 59% to 44.2, but it's on a much different scale. Dinwiddie shoots way more than he shoots, and he's a guard. That's what we just said, guards win. I don't understand this. Dinwiddie was the guy leading the team off the bench, was contributing, had a huge comeback, was ending games for the majority of the year. I'm not sure how this happens. I'm still in shock. I don't like it. In all honesty, I think Dinwiddie should have been placed higher than Trez. But Trez Harrell, obviously he's there, should have been the 3rd guy. Clarkson also had a phenomenal year. Oubre was great while he was off the bench. There's a lot of stories like that. Dwayne Wade was even very solid as well. Let's start with this. Well, I'm not going to talk about it too much longer. Lou Williams is the 6th man of the year. It's really a done deal. 20 points per game, 5.4 assists, 3 rebounds, 42% from the field. I mean, the guy was the stud. The guy literally led the team to the playoffs off the bench. It's Lou Williams. Trez Harrell, dominant. 16.6 points per game, 2 assists, 6.5 rebounds, 1.3 blocks, shot 61.5%, and 17 double-doubles off the bench. We know how great he was. He earned my respect. I talk to you guys about that all the time. Big time stuff from them. I love watching it. Sabonis still good work, good season. Respect him, but was he really supposed to be here? No. Did what he should have been on. That been second place at the least. But either way, Lou Williams is 6th man of the year, and there's not really much disputing that. Once it didn't get hurt, yes, it might have still been a battle, but Lou Williams was clear cut 6th man of the year. He will break all the records I just mentioned about winning it. He'll now become 3 times winning it. He'll be able to win it back-to-back years. He's going to be doing all that good stuff. So big time congrats to Lou Williams. I love what Lou Williams does. He's a heck of a player, and he's a great role model for all the kids. So congratulations, Lou Williams. You are the 6th man of the year in my eyes, and I think we'll find that out tonight. Alright, next time I'm talking about Coach of the Year. There's 3 nominations. Coach Bud, Coach Malone, and Coach Rivers. Who's going to win it? All had historical great seasons. All had very varying ideas of how great this impact was. But who won? Well, you're just going to have to stay tuned because I have a heck of a story for all 3 of them and a reasoning between all 3 of them. But only one way to find out, and I have one answer. So if I were you, I'd buckle down and get ready for the big time answer. Coming up next, Coach of the Year. Alright, folks, let me talk about some stats about Coach of the Year. Before I do that, though, Coach of the Year, like I said, it's down between Milwaukee's head coach, Coach Mike Budenholzer, Denver's Michael Malone, and Clippers' Doc Rivers. But let's do some stats about this before we go into it. Don Nelson, Greg Popovich, and Pat Riley have all won 3 times. 3 times they've won the Coach of the Year. That is the most in NBA history between any coach. Pat Riley is the only coach to win Coach of the Year with 3 different franchises. He won it with Lakers, with the Knicks, and the Heat. Now, no coach has ever won in consecutive seasons. And it will not happen once again, as the streak will continue, because Dwayne Casey's not in the running. So, Hubie Brown. Quick story about him. He won Coach of the Year for the first time when he was 44 years old in the 77-78 season. His second time he won 26 years later when he was 70 years old with the Memphis Grizzlies in the 03-04 season. Talk about being consistent and being able to go back and redeem yourself, I guess. Big time thing there. I don't know how many times we're going to see that be done again, but that was huge when I read that. Now, Larry Bird. He's also the only person to ever be named Coach of the Year, Executive of the Year, and Most Valuable Player. That's what you get from a guy like Larry Bird. But let's talk about this. Who's winning Coach of the Year? Well, Michael Malone, incredible job. Was first place in the West for a majority of the year. Dealt with a lot of injuries, but ultimately got the 2nd seed in the West. Still had a heck of a season. Finished the year off with a 54-28 record. Obviously, Michael Malone developed his guys at a very high level. Great. 2nd seed. Amazing. I can't give him the Coach of the Year, though. He wasn't as good as the other 2. I'm putting him 3rd out of this group. Now, the Coach of the Year, who is it? Let me be honest with you. If playoffs included, I'd go with Doc Rivers. Now, you might be wondering how he lost in the first round. Coach Bud made it past the first round. Well, I agree, yeah. But can we all admit that maybe Milwaukee didn't do as well as we all expected? I mean, they have Giannis Antetokounmpo. I understand Kawhi Leonard what he did and put on a show, but you have Giannis Antetokounmpo. And an incredible starting 5 that I don't see why you couldn't advance. Just my take on that. And if you're the LA Clippers, you go in there and get 2 wins with not really much talent there. I mean, it's no disrespect to LA Clippers, but they're not a Milwaukee Bucks whatsoever. And Doc Rivers is finished with a 48-34 record, after previously having a 42-40 record and being the 10th seed in the West. Well, I can't say Doc Rivers is going to win it, though, because this is regular season based. And there was not a better coach in the regular season than Milwaukee Bucks head coach Mike Budenholzer. So with that being said, yes indeed, Mike Budenholzer, Coach Bud, is Coach of the Year. I had a pleasure meeting him right after he got hired in the Summer League last year. An amazing coach, amazing person, very exciting, very happy person to talk to. He won his Coach of the Year for me. I don't think there's much debate here. 16-22 record after previously the Milwaukee Bucks were 44-38. Now, how many times I feel like I was saying Milwaukee Bucks have so much potential. I think this is the year they're going to break out. Now, this is the year. For the last 3-4 years. Wow. He comes in, and they did that breakout. They more than had a breakout. Yes. Could they have done better in the playoffs? Yes. Were there issues in the playoffs? Yes. But overall, it was a regular season award, and no one was better. Plain and simple, no one was better than Coach Bud in the playoffs, or in the regular season. That just is what it is. There's no debating that. It is what it is. Congratulations, but Coach Bud is my coach of the year, and I'm sure he's going to find that out later tonight. But he is the coach of the year, folks. Defensive player of the year? There's a lot of debate on this. I don't like who they say is favored to win it. So who am I saying is going to win it? Well, one way to find out, stay tuned to see who I think out of Rudy Gobert, Paul George, and Giannis Antetokounmpo will be winning Defensive Player of the Year. Stay tuned, everyone. Coming up right next, Defensive Player of the Year. So as I said, the big man down low for the Utah Jazz, Rudy Gobert. One of the best rim protectors we've seen in a long time front ever. Paul George, one of the best two-way defenders and two-way players in the entire NBA. And Giannis Antetokounmpo, well, we know he's a freak. But before I let you guys know who my person is to win it, let me let you guys know some facts about the Defensive Player of the Year. Ben Wallace and Dikembe Mutombo both have the most Defensive Player of the Years in NBA history with 4 each. Mutombo, though, is the only player ever to win Defensive Player of the Year with multiple teams. Also, Michael Jordan and Hakeem Olajuwon, the only players ever to win MVP and Defensive Player of the Year in the same season. Now, why is that important? Because Giannis Antetokounmpo and Paul George are 2 of the 3 guys selected that are in the running for MVP as well. Now, Dwight Howard, he's the only player to win Defensive Player of the Year in 3 consecutive seasons. We know that guy. He was a monster back in his prime. Sidney Moncrief won the first 2 Defensive Player of the Years for the Milwaukee Bucks, and, in fact, he's the only Milwaukee Buck ever to win it, which, once again, Giannis is in the running, so we'll see what happens there. Rudy Gobert last year became the second Utah Jazz player to win Defensive Player of the Year, joining Mark Eden when she won twice. Finally, a guard has not won Defensive Player of the Year since Gary Payton in 95-96 season. So, that's big time. And he's the only Oklahoma City Thunder and Supersonic player ever to win Defensive Player of the Year, which is key because Paul George is in the running. Which is kind of crazy to think also, though. Gary Payton, he really is the last player to win guard. That's why the game's changing, folks. It's a good way, in my opinion, but it's not that hard, not grind kind of game. You don't have those fierce guards. Tony Allen's not there anymore. Mike Conley's getting old. A lot of these guys, Rondo doesn't get utilized right. We don't have that much fierce, intense guards anymore. It's all this shooting stuff, which is fine, but it is what it is. And I don't see guards winning it too much longer. If you want to call Paul George one, sure, but he's a forward. We know that. Point is, let's talk about this. Who do I think will win? Rudy Gobert, the Utah Jazz. 2.3 blocks, almost a steal a game, 9 defensive rebounds per game, 102.9 defensive rating. I think he's the best rim protector in all the NBA. But he should not win it. I don't see why. Rudy Gobert, all respect to him. But just because he blocks shots and you're big on does not mean you win Defensive Player of the Year, in my opinion. I mean, what? He altered maybe, let's say, a total of 5 shots a game. Teams are shooting near 67 to 80 shots a game. That's not that much. I need the guys that can lock up a man and eliminate 10 points off of a guy. And that's what Paul George did. Paul George was a monster. 2.2 steals per game, 0.4 blocks, 6.0 defensive rebounds per game, and a 103.4 defensive rating. He was my Defensive Player of the Year. Keyword there was. You want to know why, folks? Paul George got injured. Paul George was struggling with our shoulder with on and off the last couple months of the season. Oklahoma dropped in terms of their rankings. You know what that meant? Giannis Antetokounmpo is my Defensive Player of the Year. If I wasn't able to get a vote with the NBA and his voting, it's Giannis. 1.5 blocks, 1.3 steals, 10.3 defensive rebounds per game, and 100.5 defensive rating. Don't get much better than that. And all honesty, even if Paul George didn't get hurt, I think Giannis would have passed him. Giannis, yes, it is physical attributes, but there's not many guys that are going to be able to shoot and score when Giannis is guarding you. Because not only is that long, lengthy thing, he can stay with you. He's fast, athletic. He's strong. And boy, was he impressive. Now, yes, there were struggles in that playoffs that really made you doubt him. But it's regular season once again. At the end of the day, he is the Defensive Player of the Year in my books, and he should be in yours. I'm sure we'll see Rudy Gobert get back-to-back again. But I truly do believe if I had a vote, Giannis Antetokounmpo should win Defensive Player of the Year, and we'll see about another award. That's going to come up soon, though. But as a matter of fact, Giannis Antetokounmpo should win Defensive Player of the Year tonight at the NBA Awards show. But one way to find out, don't miss the show tonight. It's going to be big time. Who wins Defensive Player of the Year? Most Improved Player. This to me is one of my favorite awards, not because it necessarily identifies so much about the best player, but it identifies the guys that grind it out, stay true to the process, and turn the game to a whole nother level. That's big time. So, who's going to win it? It's Pascal Siakam, D'Angelo Russell, and De'Aaron Fox. One more way to find out, but I'm against, once again, the front runner of this one. So, who is it? Stay tuned, everyone. So yes, Pascal Siakam of the Toronto Raptors, your NBA champions. The second best player in that finals and that playoff run. D'Angelo Russell, the man that revived the Brooklyn Nets and brought them to the promised land in the playoffs out of the depths of horrible trades, we know that. De'Aaron Fox, one of the leaders of the rising Sacramento Kings, that has taken his game to a whole other level and elevated alongside Marvin Bagley, Buddy Hield, and many others. That being said, let me tell you guys some stats about most improved. Giannis, he's seeking to become the first player to win Most Improved and MVP, which he did win before. Now, in 2000-2001 season, the Most Improved Tracy McGrady was now inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2017. Brooklyn, Sacramento, and Toronto, none of those teams have ever had a Most Improved team, and guess what? All three have a player represented. So someone will now have a Most Improved player to their list. We've seen Most Improved players from so many different countries. Here's some of them to represent. You got from Lebanon, Ronnie Sikali. You got someone from Romania, and George Mirasan. From France, Boris Diaw. From Turkey, Hedo Turkoglu. Slovenia, Goran Dragic. And Greece, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Pascal Siakam is looking to add to that list and representing his hometown. Now, 6 of the past 8 winners have become All-Star selections. Now, Darrell Armstrong, he is the only Most Improved player ever to be undrafted. Big time stuff there, folks. So let's talk into this. Most Improved Player. It's truly a two-man race. We know it's between Siakam and D'Angelo. Fox got thrown in there, and I love De'Aaron Fox. You guys know how high I am on him. But in my opinion, Zach LaVine, John Collins, and Buddy Hield should all have been in there in front of him. All three of those guys elevated the game to a whole nother level. Buddy Hield was averaging 20 points a game. LaVine was just destroying. And John Collins took his game to an elite big man when everyone thought he might slow down, including me. I'll take blame for that one. Let's break it down. De'Aaron Fox, though, his rookie year, 11.6 points, 4.4 assists, 2.8 rebounds, shot 41% and 30% from 3. Now, in this past season, 17.3 points per game, 7.3 assists, 3.8 rebounds, 46% from the field, and 37% from 3. Big time. But let's talk about the two-man race. Now, statistically, number-wise, who improved from this year to this year? Pascal Siakam, yes. But let me remind you of something. If he was going that way, Dinwiddie should have won it last year because that was drastic. Dinwiddie was in the G League the past year. He didn't have barely any numbers. So it was drastically changed. But we clearly don't go by that last year, so we're not going to go by this year. Who changed from how the character, how everything was? Yes, Siakam. His previous year, 7.3 points per game, 2 assists, 4.5 rebounds. He's a good, solid, average bench player. 50% from the field, 22% from 3, which was horrible. This year, and 62% from the free throw line. Now this year, 17 points per game, 3.1 assists, 6.9 rebounds, 55% from the field, 37% from 3, and 79% from the free throw line. Big time improvements. D'Angelo Russell, 15.5 points, 5.2 assists, 3.9 rebounds, 42% from the field, 32.4% from 3. Now this year, 21.2, 7 assists, 3.2 rebounds, 44% shooting, and 37% from 3. So that's pretty drastic changes, if you ask me. Big time. But one thing, when I say this, clearly the numbers are better. I know how to read numbers. I'm not like, yeah, I know how to do that, okay? But when you look at it, who truly changed the game to the most? Siakam was incredible, and especially in the playoffs. He definitely changed my mind in the playoffs, but playoffs don't imply. D'Angelo Russell turned into an all-star. D'Angelo Russell turned into a guy that no one thought could lead a team into being a star player. D'Angelo Russell went from not being able to close a game to potentially win Most Improved and putting up insane numbers where you can't take him out of the game. D'Angelo Russell became a leader. What else more can you say for the Most Improved? Now, the way it's looking, Pascal Siakam will win Most Improved. I am not a fan of that. You guys know that. I don't like it. D'Angelo Russell should be Most Improved Player, and that's why I'm putting down. I'm setting my phone. My foot is set firm in stone, and y'all better understand that. D'Angelo Russell is my Most Improved Player. It's not Pascal Siakam. Not at all. But also, once again, big props to Buddy Hield, John Collins, Zach LaVine. I think they deserve way more respect for the past season. But we'll find out who wins again tonight. And it should be D'Angelo Russell. But expect to see Pascal Siakam's name selected for this year's Most Improved Player. Few seconds left in the game. The top player stands the free throw line. What does the fans chant? MVP. That's what's coming up next, folks. You're not going to want to miss it. There's two-man race, and it's one of the most tight races we might have ever seen. Two historically great seasons, but who do I win MVP? Well, stay right there. Trust me, you're not going to go anywhere because this is a big-time topic and a bold take I'm about to say. So, just stay tuned. MVP and my take on that is coming up next. Yep, we know it. Paul George from Oklahoma City Thunder. He's one of the guys. James Harden, the Houston Rockets. Yep. Giannis Antetokounmpo, the Milwaukee Bucks. Yes, sir. So, before I get into that, though, let me tell you some stats about MVP. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar has the most MVPs in NBA history with 6 of them. Michael Jordan and Bill Russell are tied for second, with they both have 5. Now, Giannis is seeking to be, well, the second European player ever to win MVP. Dirk won in the 06-07 season. Now, James Harden wants to become just the 12th player to win MVP in consecutive seasons. Moses Malone is the only player in NBA history to win MVP in consecutive seasons with 2 different teams. He won with Houston, and the following year, he won it with the 76ers. Finally, Steph Curry is the only unanimous MVP, and Derrick Rose is the youngest player ever to win MVP at age 22, and Karl Malone won at age 35, which is the oldest. Now. Let's get to the show. Paul George, love it. Fantastic. For a little bit there, he might have had a running for second or maybe talk for first place. Got hurt, and Thunder slipped, he's out. He's there for honorary, he's not, yeah, we know. It's not. It's a 2-man race, folks. It's James Harden and Giannis Antetokounmpo. The Greek freak in the beard. The king of the East and the riser of the West. One of the greatest scorers we've seen and one of the biggest freaks of nature we've ever seen. So, what do I have to say about that? Well, I'm just going to help you guys out. Paul George, he averaged 28 points a game, 4.1 assists, 8.2 rebounds, 2.2 steals, 43.8% from the field, and 83.9% from the free throw. Good year, but no. Now let's get to the real show. So, James Harden. Wow. I think it's the greatest scoring outburst I've ever seen since Wilt Chamberlain, but in the modern era, yes. It's greater than Kobe. 36.1 points per game. 50 points streak to 40 points streak. I mean, the man was a monster. I don't see how he doesn't win MVP. You give him 6.6 assists, 7.5 rebounds, 2 steals, 44.2% from the field, 87.8% from the free throw line. I mean, no player that's averaged 35 points or above had done it in fewer minutes, fewer shots, or while also leading assists. Outstanding, and I truly do believe that in any other year, though, he would have won. Because, listen up, folks, we've got the Greek freak out there in Milwaukee, and this is based on the regular season once again, and Milwaukee's striking out big time. This is huge for Milwaukee. They're getting all the awards tonight. I can guarantee you that. Giannis Antetokounmpo, the Greek freak, 27.7 points per game, 5.9. Let's just call it 6 assists per game, 12.5 rebounds, 1.3 steals. 1.5 blocks. I mean, what is this man not going to be able to do? Shooting 57% from the field, 73% from, I mean, this man's a monster. Sure, to have a great 3-point percentage, but I don't care. He's going to be my defensive player of the year, folks. And he's my MVP. It don't get much better than that. Talk about a better season than what he's putting together right now. And Giannis Antetokounmpo, he has to be MVP. Now, I understand. You might say, well, Harden had 7 triple-doubles, 34 double-doubles. Yeah, stop. Also, who had a better record? Yeah, Giannis. I don't care about the record much except for Coach of the Year and MVP, and, well, Giannis, I think, had a pretty good record. I don't mind. 60 wins? Most in the NBA? Yeah. I'm taking that, folks. James Harden, I love James Harden. I'm sorry. James Harden, I have so much respect for his game now, because he played huge in the playoffs especially. But it's hard to rank James Harden as the MVP this year. When you have a guy like Giannis Antetokounmpo in the East, and let me be honest, there is biasness in people in the media minds because he did win last year. They don't really want consecutive. They like changing it up. So it's very challenging just in that fact of the matter for James Harden to win it. And trust me, does he deserve to win it? Yes. He more than definitely deserves to win it. He should win MVP any other year. This is Giannis. He had the better record. He had this, and he won last year, and I hate that. But LeBron has so many more rings anyway that they didn't count the past years. Is what it is at the end of the day, folks. So yes, I expect, and I think, and I believe I'm rooting for Giannis to win MVP tomorrow night. I am. Harden will be second, will be runner-up, but have one of the most historic scoring seasons ever, and there's nothing to take away from him. Big-time season from James Harden, folks. But that is my MVP, and Giannis Antetokounmpo. You already know what's up. SchuZ Zone, I'm going to give you guys some nice stuff to think about, some big-time topics I want to hit up, which the media did not do good enough. So, what is that? Well, stay tuned. I have 3 topics going down right after this. SchuZ Zone is the fan favorite. Stay tuned, everyone. Starting our SchuZ Zone, I want to talk about this. If you guys might have heard the storyline, the Toronto Zoo. Well, a turtle had a bunch of eggs hatched and all, and well, let's just say they named the babies after the Raptors players, the coach, the front office, and celebrity fans. They were adorable. It was amazing. It's a great story to have. I mean, they won the finals. Toronto and Canada just celebrate. It's crazy. Glad the mayor also made an announcement, and the super fans, they talked about the fact that just leave Kawhi Leonard alone. Let him enjoy his time. He brought them a championship. Let him be in peace. I 100% agree. Next topic, Victor Oladipo. The president believes that he's hopeful that Oladipo will be back by December or January. That's big time. It's going to be tough for him to come back. I'm excited to see him get back to work, and I hope they can get a point guard and another player to pair up with him. But I wish Oladipo the best in his recovery, and this is a long process, but he's about halfway there, folks. Finally, you also have my tweets. Well, you guys know what I'm probably going to talk about. R.J. Barrett and Zion Williamson. Folks, before the season started, I was completely sold on R.J. I thought he was the number 1 overall pick. Wasn't sold on Zion. Yada. I talked about the mock draft that Zion's going number 1. I love Zion. He officially earned my respect. Well, he did. Earned all I needed. But then, here comes the draft. And let me tell you something. R.J. Barrett and Zion Williamson have a special place in my heart, and I'm officially sold on those 2 Duke products. Want to know why? It's fine. It's good. I love the little God blessed me to get me here. I give glory to God, my parents, my family, all that. It's been a great time. Can't wait to get to work yet. It's great. Great talk. Thank you. We've heard that about 1,000 times now, but congratulations. But with Zion Williamson, they showed emotion, and R.J. Barrett, both of them. It does not get much better than the emotion they showed there, and the care and love for their family, the care and love that, and what the draft pick truly means. Zion could have been the most cocky person in the world. I'm not saying he should have been, but if there's anyone in the world, it could be him. No one has as much media as him. He's the number 1 overall pick, but make millions and millions of dollars, be the face of an NBA franchise, and so on. He could do it, but he was humbly crying and just tears of joy. And R.J. Barrett does the same thing, buries his head in his dad's shoulder when he talks about the work. That means the world to me, folks. New York and New Orleans got a legit stud. Got 2 studs that are just special. That is going to have such a tremendous impact on their career down the line, and I cannot wait to see it. But folks, I'm officially sold on RJ and Zion. There's nothing that they're lacking in any aspect of life or on the court. They're going to get better. It's going to be a fun time to watch. Final part of SchuZ Zone. What do you want to know? Well, let me talk about this. This is some of the awards that don't really necessarily get talked about enough, but they truly impact me, and I truly love these awards some of the most, especially the Craig Sager Award. I'm going to talk about that in a minute, though. NBA Cares Community Assist Award. Here's the nominees. Jared Allen for the Brooklyn Nets, Bradley Beal from the Washington Wizards, Mike Conley from the Memphis Grizzlies, now Utah Jazz, Tobias Harris from the Philadelphia 76ers, LeBron James from the LA Lakers, Damian Lillard from the Portland Trail Blazers, Chris Middleton from the Milwaukee Bucks, Donovan Mitchell from the Utah Jazz, Dwight Powell from the Dallas Mavericks, and Pascal Siakam from the Toronto Raptors. Big props to all these guys. These are guys that go into the community and invest a lot of time, effort, and money to help make that community stronger and better. Give big props to them, and whoever wins this award, huge props. But just huge props to all the guys in this nomination. Now, the Twyman Stokes Teammate of the Year Award. Steven Adams of the Oklahoma City Thunder, Mike Conley of the Memphis Grizzlies / Utah Jazz, Jared Dudley of the Brooklyn Nets, Channing Frye of the Cleveland Cavaliers and now retired and former Suns, Rudy Gay of the San Antonio Spurs, Udonis Haslem of the Miami Heat, Andre Iguodala of the Golden State Warriors, Kyle Korver of the Utah Jazz, Chris Middleton of the Milwaukee Bucks, JJ Redick of the Philadelphia 76ers, Garrett Temple of the LA Clippers, and Thad Young of the Indiana Pacers. Huge prop, because listen, Team of the Year award is teammates are huge. They keep the locker room steady. They keep guys talking to each other. They keep the juices flowing. These guys are so crucial to teams, you guys don't even understand it. But they're not just players, they're more than that. Big props to whoever wins it once again. To all you guys, keep being you guys. All you guys have huge impacts on your rosters. And honestly, that's what's going to get you guys a big payday this summer, or whenever you guys are free agents. NBA Sportsmanship Award. Another big time award I love. Steven Adams of the Oklahoma City Thunder. Harrison Barnes of the Sacramento Kings. Mike Conley of the Memphis Grizzlies / Utah Jazz. Al Horford for the Boston Celtics. Chris Middleton of the Milwaukee Bucks. And Kemba Walker of the Charlotte Hornets. All those guys are fabulous people. All guys always had great effort. Always, and I never complain with the rest. Just always there to play the game of basketball like it should be, and I love it. Lifetime Achievement Award. Larry Bird and Magic Johnson both getting that. Huge. They couldn't go to more deserving people. Now, like I said, here's the big one for me. Craig Sager was always my role model. He's the person that made me start liking sports. And there's no one like them anymore. Him and Stuart Scott. Both of them passed away tragically. But I can tell you one thing. They left a mark that will forever be blasted, and I want to be that. I want to be the guy that players and coaches will love to talk to. I will do everything I can to make a connection and a true friendship with everyone, as opposed to just being a media person that doesn't set people up for success. Craig Sager he exemplified so much. He exemplified how to live a godly life, how to stay strong, how to fight through things, how to always keep a smile on your face, how to be a great person, great husband, great family person, how to do media and sports right. He was perfect, guys. He was as close to perfect as you can be. That being said, Robin Roberts will win that award this year. Mutombo's won it. Monty Williams won it. Great men. Truly great men. Great people. And I'm excited to see them put that jacket on. This award means the world to me, and I'm so glad they have it. That being said, folks, stay tuned, because these awards are big time too. Don't just get caught up in the MVP and all that. Get caught up on the other stuff. Get caught up on the guys that you should be role models of. That being said, folks, that's how I'm wrapping up SchuZ Zone. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in to SchuZ Views episode 22. I hope y'all enjoyed it as much as I did. Hope you guys are excited for the NBA awards tonight, and I hope I gave you guys all the insight y'all need for it. That being said, folks, make sure if you guys want to stay in touch to see what the upcoming episodes or topics will be about, upcoming guests, upcoming series, about my new show coming out called The Breakdown, all of that, you have to follow me on Instagram at Zach Schumaker, also, or on Twitter, same thing, Zach Schumaker. Then, you want to go subscribe to my YouTube channel, that's where my show will be along with IGTV. Go to SchuZ Views, Zach Schumaker. I might do The Breakdown, but I'll let you guys know. Stay up to date, though. Also, Facebook page is SchuZ Views, Zach Schumaker. Then, for the podcast, whatever platform you're listening to, please take a couple minutes, couple seconds, go leave a 5-star, go leave a comment, make sure to subscribe, make sure to like, make sure to do whatever it is to possibly keep growing the SchuZ Views brand, and I couldn't appreciate it anymore, you guys. It truly does mean the world to me, and truly, thank you so much, everyone. That helps it so much, you guys don't understand it. That being said, though, voice messaging, I keep letting you guys know about this. I truly want you guys to do it. I want to hear from you guys. Send me your voice messages whenever you guys would like, and I'll get back to you. I'll put you guys in the very SchuZ Views next episode. It's big time. Finally, the very last SchuZ Views times Team Harden series will be on Wednesday with Jalen Anderson, one of the top scorers, Bell Vista Prep top player. It's going to be something you guys aren't going to want to miss. That being said, folks, don't forget the first episode of The Breakdown is coming up soon. And with that being said, everyone, SchuZ is out. Everyone, go be the light of God, and God bless.